And now perhaps we'll see it in places like Port Arthur, Texas. That's where we find Fox Weather Correspondent Katie Byrne. Katie's joining us again. And the rain threat that we have, Katie, in Port Arthur, it is similar to what we're seeing in Houston. I mean, if this thing stays and tracks a little farther to the east, maybe some slightly drier air. But I think Port Arthur, while it might not be raining right now, we're going to see some pretty heavy rain later this afternoon.
Yeah, we've had some on and off rain, but I mean it's been mostly rainy. This is really the first break we're seeing in a little bit, but the winds certainly feel like they're picking up. I've got my Kestrel tool, and I actually just clocked a reading of a 27-mile-per-hour wind speed here. So those winds are definitely increasing in strength, because earlier the highest that we were seeing was the occasional 25 mile per hour, but you could tell, I think maybe just by hearing it on the microphone, that those winds are strong. The water is choppy too. When you look out there, you can tell it's kind of lashing up over the docks right beyond us. We are right near a waterway here that kind of feeds directly into the Gulf. And then we're also right on the border of Texas and Louisiana. We're also in a tropical storm warning on both sides of where we are in Texas and on the Louisiana side, too. That's new since the development of the storm being named just in the last hour or so. So definitely some big updates here. I know city officials, they have plans. They just put out an update on this. They have plans to meet with the National Weather Service around noon local time. So about an hour and a half, they're going to meet with officials, talk about the latest forecast, likely talk about the fact that we have a named storm now. And then they say around 1 o'clock our time, they'll have an update for folks who live in this area on what to do in terms of planning and preparing. Though the mayor, Charlotte Moses, said yesterday no plans to evacuate right now. Still, they're telling people to get ready. Make sure you have everything in your house that you could need should you have to evacuate, if that comes to that, or just have everything you need in case we end up in an outage situation. You have enough food to get you through a few days and things like that. We could definitely see some localized flooding, and coastal flooding is an issue too, because we've got these onshore winds today that are kind of pushing that water around. We'll have to wait and see what we end up with here. But like you mentioned, Stephen, the rain, we've had a little bit of a break right now. So that's, I think, good news for folks who are spending today kind of making those final preparations. We know there are sandbagging sites, 2 of them open here in Port Arthur for people to go fill up a sandbag and help protect their homes. I'm trying to find a time to check out those sandbagging sites later on today to check in with folks and see how they feel about this. The first named storm of the season, a tropical storm, Arthur, and could it hit Port Arthur? It's just interesting how that works with the names.
Yeah, the irony,
Stephen.
right? And really, when it comes to where this thing might technically make landfall, it might not be very remarkable. A lot of times when we look at tropical cyclones that form, as you know, Katie, it's one of those deals where you have really intense winds around the core. This thing on imagery, satellite imagery, it's really tough to make out where that core is. I mean, the decision to upgrade to a tropical storm, Arthur from the NHC, I think, was based on some reconnaissance that actually flew around the storm. So it's really these complexes that we'll be waiting on. I bet there might be some people in Port Arthur that by this time tomorrow, they'll be like, what? We had a tropical storm move through? So We'll see what happens.
That's possible.
Just another day in Texas. All right, thanks for joining us a couple of times this hour. Katie Byrne, a long day ahead as we watch what Tropical Storm Arthur will do. Thanks, Katie.